Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everybody is doing good today. Try to go on Facebook. I'm going to try what I did yesterday. And I'm going to post it on. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. Sorry. There we go. I hope I'm going to do it right. And I'm on live on Facebook. Yeah. Few minutes. Hello, Facebook family. I'm going to try and share this. I am learning this thing. I'm learning about Facebook. Learning about Facebook. I hope everybody's doing good as the notification is going. Sorry, YouTube family, that I'm holding you guys up. Yeah, so today is another topic again today. Well, we're still talking about do you enjoy your life, but today what I'm going to talk about is what happens when a person is not holistic personality. So what happened? A lot of things happen when you're not a holistic, when you have no holistic personality. Okay? So, oops, my foot is stuck as people come. So, what happened when a person is not a holistic personality? Okay, what happened? So the little wealth you can be grateful for is better than the treasure you cannot say thanks for. Okay, you have to be thankful for the little things that you have if you want to have something greater. So yesterday, for people that are only joining me today, yesterday where I talked about what consequences you have when you become discontent, when you have some discontentment. Uh, in I talk about the case study about my country, Sierra Leone. What happened in there? If you missed that broadcast, you can watch it. It's or subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you will get that. Okay, or you go on my Facebook page, and you can find that also. So we need to go deeper today. What happened when a person is not holistic? We need to study the sign of non-holism or inner inferiority. So this is what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about some inner inferiorities, okay, that people are basically exhibiting. Okay, I'll give you a rundown on it. I will go into detail with them. It depends on how much time I have. I may go through all of them, but I'm just going to go summarize the whole thing that I'm going to be talking about today. Okay, so in so so in the indicator of an inferior or non-holistic personality. So first of all, there's the discontentment that I talked about yesterday, discontentment that leads to criminal activity and a lot of things. Okay. Then there are a lot of people that involve in grumbling. So that is an inner inferiority that people exhibit through discontentment, and also through grumbling. A lot of people grumble about a lot of things. A lot of people worry about things that they're not supposed to be worried about. A lot of people have hatred about one culture, another, one race after another race. Okay, people are aggression that happen, envy, and constant quest of happiness. A lot of people go in search for happiness. Okay, so these are the things that a lot of people are fighting for. They're going after. These are the inner inferiority that people fight against every single day. Okay, so discontentment is the root of crime. When you're discontent with a lot of things, it leads to a lot of crime. Corruption are all kind of provisions. Okay, grumbling is a cover beneath which lies laziness, foolishness, unwillingness to work on oneself or to take action today. That's what happened when people start grumbling. They start grumbling. Oh, what about the economy? Oh, what about this? But what can you do as an individual for your country, for yourself, for your family, or whatever it might be? So, in order for us to have a better tomorrow, we need to get rid of all of this. The laziness need to go. Unwillingness to do work has to go. Selfishness has to go. So another thing I would like to talk about too, anxiety. Anxiety is a disbelief because a lot of people have anxiety. Anxiety is more uh, um we have more cases of it in America or in Canada or in the Western world because anxiety is so much, because anxiety is disbelief, is the result of lazy mind. That's what happens when your mind is lazy. You start getting anxiety because of ignorant or absence of labor to practice action to solve your problem. So guess what? Anxiety takes over your life. Okay, so um because when you start thinking, when you're thinking and use your mind to think, you know that there is, for every problem there is a solution. God never creates anything there is no solution. The only thing, we might not know the solution right now, but if we use our mind together, we work as a team, there is going to be a solution. Everybody can become happy. But people are too lazy. We are too lazy. We don't want to do nothing. So, what happens when anxiety comes? Anxiety begins when you pay more attention to what you have not got than what you have and what you can already be thankful for. Aggression is a sign of healed soul. When you start showing aggression about something, it's because your soul is kind of healed. Happiness is a decision to make. You need to make that decision to be happy because nobody is going to make you happy. Nobody. Because nobody can satisfy you. You just need to get over it. Nobody can satisfy you, no matter how much they try. Your president will never satisfy you. You have to create your own happiness for yourself. Your parents can never satisfy you. You have to create your happiness for yourself. Your husband cannot satisfy you. You have to create your own happiness for yourself. Your children cannot satisfy you. Your wife cannot satisfy you. But you have to create and make the decision to be happy. I make the decision. I'm going to be happy, whether people like it or not. I will make my inner being happy. That is the decision you have to make. Nobody else have to make that decision but yourself. Okay? So, I forgot to share this on my page. So, yeah, so you need to do that. So, I'm going to talk about a little bit of discontentment, what discontentment can create in your life when you're being discontent about how your life is, how your whatever it might be. A lot of people are discontent with their life standard. Okay, only small percentage of happy people are living in the standard they're supposed to live in. A lot of people are not happy. I'm not happy with my life. I'm not happy with the house. I'm not happy with the car. I'm not happy with my husband. I'm not happy with my children. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with a lot of things. You're not happy. But you need to make the decision to become happy. Because if you're gonna be unhappy person, because nobody can satisfy you. Nobody can do the things that you want to do properly. You have to do it. I'm gonna choose to be happy. You make that decision. The percentage of content people is less than the average figure of transitional economic. There are less percentage of happy people in the world today, even though you have $1 billion in your account. If you don't create the happiness inwardly, you can never happy. Even though you can buy whatever you want, you have a nice house that you live in, you can drive a nice car, you have a good job, but still yet people are not happy because it's within. It's not outward, because we are looking outwardly to make ourselves happy when it lies in within you. Some people are unhappy or they're discontent for different things. Like they cannot buy a house. I need to buy the house. I can't buy the house. So I'm going to create unhappiness for myself. Well, when you can be grateful, say, wow, I am not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm grateful for where I am right now. I got up this morning. I can breathe. There are people that got up. They're dead. They cannot breathe. They're sick. But you are grateful because you got up healthy. You might not get everything you want, but the little that you have, you need to content with it. Okay? Some people are unhappy of the economy is unstable, poor performance of the government. So they make themselves unhappy instead of creating ways how they can make themselves happy. Because the government can never satisfy you. The president can never do anything to satisfy you. You just have to create happiness for yourself. So, unhappiness becomes of your marriage, for example. You are unhappy with your husband, you are unhappy with your wife, or instead of you find a solution. Why is my husband unhappy with me? Why is my wife unhappy with me? Why is my neighbor unhappy with me? Let me find a solution. How can I? Because you can never satisfy anybody, but you try to you balance each other out. Okay, my neighbor does not like that. Okay, I won't do it to create peace. Okay, the other neighbor doesn't like that. I will do that so I can create peace. But if you find that somebody does not like something and you keep doing it and you keep pushing that person buttons, what do you think gonna happen? That person is gonna explode. And whatever you get it because you ask for it. So a lot of people tend to live in a permanent and chronic discomfort, and they deprive themselves of happiness and joy. Believe it or not, you're supposed to have some joy and happiness, but you deprive yourself. So the first sign of a non-holistic or inner inferiority of a person is discontentment. Don't be discontent. Be happy with a little. Appreciate whatever you have, whatever small it is. Because a lot of people think that, well, it's because I'm in Africa. Oh, because you are in America. So you don't know what I'm going through in Africa. The government is crazy. The economic is crazy. The dollar is 1,500,000 or whatever. I'm just exaggerating. The food are very expensive, but you don't know what is on the other side in America. You don't know what those people are going through. You just know about what you're going through because you think that the grass is greener on the other side. But once you get to the other side, you will find out that the grass is not actually greener on the other side. It's just the same. It's just the same bull crap. The grass is not greener on the other side. You looking from this distance to the other side, you think it's greener. But when you get to the other side and you look on the other side, you think that, wow, it's pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing. The grass is not greener on the other side. Not because you're in Africa and that person is America, that means that person is better than you or you. No, God has created you equal. It gave you 24 hours. Every individual, poor or rich, it gave them 24 hours. It gave us all talent. It gave us all gifts that we are supposed to be we're supposed to be using here on earth, but we choose not to. And the people that choose to use their gift, they are successful. They do great things. People recognize them. They make money. They become a billionaire based on their gift. An example, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, but the person, Steve Harvey, he's a comedian. He make fortune for becoming a comedian because he used his God-given gift, making people happy, making people laugh, and whatever he learned through life as experience, he used it and he helped other people. He elevate people. He served people. That is what we are supposed to be doing here on earth. But now, people are always complaining, people are always nagging, people are always thinking negative. If you look closer, everything is the same, no matter the differences. Everybody goes through trials, tribulation. Doesn't matter whether you're rich, you're poor. Everybody goes through trials and tribulation. Everybody goes through pain. We all, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're pink, whether you're purple, we go through pain. We go through trials and tribulation. We go through an unhappy period in our life. No matter what you are, even if you're a pastor, even if you're a bishop, you go through pain. You go through circumstances. You go through trials and tribulation. So don't think that people are better than you. Everybody is equal under the eyes of God. Holism is the condition in one's heart. You have to have it with you. Holism, the condition of your heart. You need to protect your heart. Don't make anybody use your heart the way they want to use it, but you protect your heart. Guard your own heart for yourself. You are rich or poor. You are married or single. You are slim or fat. You have blonde hair or dark hair. You will always be discontent if you don't know how to content and be happy. Doesn't matter. I'm fat. I don't like the way I look. Well, if you don't like the way you look, do something about it and stop grumbling about it. But sometimes people think that, well, maybe if I'm married, I will be happy. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. That is my evil laugh. You will find out that the grass is not greener on the other side, thinking that, oh, well, I'm single, while people, no. You get married, you have headache, you have trouble. You better be single than being married thinking that when you're married everything's going to be all right. Now that if that is the reason why you're married, please don't. Policing is the skill of being content and happy with the little that a person gets from life. Holism. Discontentment is the root of criminality, for criminal act or corruption with the little. That's what happened when you start being discontent with your life. You start having evil thought into your mind, and you start thinking criminal activity. You start stealing from people. You start not being honest with people. You start being greedy. All these things started manifesting or start developing out of you once you start being discontent with your life or whatever situation you are in. There is a solution for it. You don't have to go the wrong way about it. So a criminal begins when when you start being discontent. You start looking the easy way out. How many people are always looking for the easy way out? Like a lot of people lose their life in the Mediterranean Sea because they're trying to run from poverty, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. They end up losing their life instead of thinking, oh, let me find solution while I'm here. If God willing for me to travel overseas, I will go the right way instead of finding the easy way out and then putting my life at risk. They know it's risky. Oh well, I'm going to take my chances. You don't know if that chances, you take chances for things that is going to be successful, not risking your life thinking that, oh, because the grass is greener on the other side. The one thing that a lot of people do, like they have the criminal system today, but what they're doing, taking criminals and putting them in incarceration or putting them in prison for thinking that, well, we're going to take away their freedom, and they make these people become healed people, because when you take them away from the healthy people, what happens? They go get themselves bunched up with criminal people. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to generate more criminal activity. They're going to strengthen themselves. But when you start putting them into a healthy system, teach them about the way of God, teaching them and changing their heart, because the heart that needs to be changed. Teach them values, attitude. This is why a lot of religious people go. And it is unfortunate that lots of Christians today, lots of pastors today, instead of them doing this work, because in the in the prison, there are a lot of people that are vulnerable. There are a lot of people that are broken because they are messed up. This is the responsibility of the church to go into those broken places and make them whole. But do you think they're doing it? They go and create, they build these mega churches, bringing people and enslaving their lives, thinking that they're setting them free. Instead, they're putting them in more bondage. When they should go to the prison, go to the hospital, because those people are broken there that need healing and deliverance. Those are the people that need it more. The people that are supposed to be coming to church are supposed to be already set free. They're supposed to be free and going out and bringing more soul into the kingdom of God. But people think they scam you of your money, come give me money, and they're living a luxurious life, and yet you are living in a poverty mentality. Some people take bribes in governments today, Africa, taking bribes. They know that the Bible, because if the pulpit is preaching that bribery is wrong and they're preaching the right gospel, I'm telling you, it will affect the economy. It will affect the people. So whatever is coming out of the pulpit, that is the repercussion that is happening in the society. So we need to change your heart first. To solve any problem, your heart need to be changed. You cannot change with a dirty heart, with a stinky heart, with a broken heart. You cannot. You have to clean it up. You have to make it more pure. And then once it's done, it's going to affect your environment. It's going to affect everything you do when your heart is healthy. Hello, Sister Mary. I kind of changed. I wanted to start doing my broadcast on this my page now. So yeah, I'm kind of switching it up a little bit instead of just doing it on my own personal page. Yeah. So you need your heart. The purpose of a minister is to serve. You need to serve. That is what, as a minister, as a pastor, as a bishop, as a reverend, whoever your title is, as a prophetess or prophet or whatever it is, you need to be a servant, not the member serving you, but you serving the member. You cater, you go to God and ask God, here are my members. What do you have in stock for them? And now you come and you deliver to them. You helping them, serving them, not scamming them, not taking from them, but you coming and helping building them up. Unfortunately, the society is the victim of the substitute of the notion and the corrupt government today. Unfortunately, discontentment is the root of all kind of perversion. Women are unhappy with their appearances. So, according to statistics, there is only 3% of women completely content with their appearances. 3%, that is a very, very low percentage. So that means 97% of people are not happy with themselves at all, with their appearances. Happy. Be happy. Oh, you don't like the way I look? Well, I like the way I look. Deal with it. A lot of young girls today are dealing with some kind of disorder. They're dealing with bulimia or anorexia just to look good so the world can think that they look great or something. And they're putting their life at risk. How can you love yourself so much that you're putting your life at risk? It doesn't make any sense. Because you don't love yourself. That is why you're putting your life at risk. Because if you love yourself so much, you will say, that is very unhealthy. That is not good. I will not go down that road because I know where it's gonna lead or end. A lot of people are in the quest of being happy, looking for happiness. Everybody want to be happy. Paul said this in the Bible. He said, because that when they know God, when you know God, then you will glorify Him as God. When you know God, you glorify Him as God. You will be thankful because vain is their imagination. Change the truth of God into their life. But today, nobody wants to glorify God. Nobody wants to love God. A lot of people run away from God. They said, I don't want to have anything with that God because He put me in this situation. He make this happen to me. He make this happen to my family. But people not realizing that whatever action you take, there is a consequences. You need to, whatever action you take, you need to know what is the consequences of this action that I'm about to take. If you like the consequences of it, then you go ahead with it. But if you hate the consequences of it, then you refrain for it because God have given us laws and principle that we are supposed to be abiding, that we're supposed to be living our life in, because it makes our life predictable. By you thinking, say, this is the action that I'm about to make. What are the consequences that involve in this action? Okay, this is the consequences. Is it a positive consequences? Sure, go ahead. If it's a wrong positive consequences, then don't. If you cannot bear the consequences of it, don't do it. But if you can bear the consequences of it, go ahead. It's very simple, but we blame God for every misfortune that we go through. We never blame ourselves for whatever we go through. We blame everything. God, it's your fault. God is God. God, you did this, God. But we never point a finger at ourselves. Say, hey, I'm kind of responsible for the mess that I put my life into. Because God never put a gun in your head. Nobody put a gun in your head, say, you must do this. You willingly, because our God is a God, He lets you do things willingly. He gave you options. It's like, hey, this is good, this is bad. This is evil, this is good. Choose wisely. But if you choose evil and you want to blame God for it, God has nothing to do with it. If you made a bad choice, if you lie, you don't blame God for it. You lied, not God. God didn't do that. You made that choice. Okay, I think I might have to end the show here today, the broadcast here today, because if I go in more details on my note, I won't be able to finish it because I have a lot of other things to talk about and they're very important. I don't want to just skip through them, but I need more time to talk about it because it is more important that we deal with these things. Once we deal with the reality and said, hey, I need to fix this, then you fix it, you will see a result. You will see it works. But if you're just ignoring or you're just shoving it under the table, oh, yeah, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. It's going to keep coming back. You just have to hit it head on. Say, hey, I'm dealing with this once and for all. I'm going to go through the pain. I'm going to go through the trials. I'm going to go through the tribulation. I'm going to go through the whatever it takes so I can get to the bottom of it and fix it once and for all. If you just cut it from the top, it's going to grow back. You have to nip it, uproot, get rid of it, kill it. Because when you take something out of the root, you kill it. What happened to a plant? If you a flower, you uproot a flower from the root, what happened? It dies. It will never go if you don't water it. But if you just cut it and you start watering it, it will grow again. But if you uproot it, there is no soil for it to grow on money. What is the word? Nutrients, or there is nothing because you have already uprooted. There is no way it's gonna function. There is no way it's gonna grow because you have already taken it out. So whatever situation you're going through, whatever problem you're going through, you need to get to the bottom of it. Don't just be going on numbing it, just cutting on it, trimming it, because you're just trying to you kind of tendering it or taking care of it, and it's just going to become a bigger problem that you might never get rid of. So when something starts, you nip it right there, you get rid of it. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy this program. I hope you guys learned something, not only enjoy it, but actually learn something. I would really like to find the person that is being watching on my YouTube live. The person is being silent in the back, but you're welcome. I appreciate that you're watching. I hope that you share this video also to people that need it, because other people need this message. We all need this message. We all need it. So please do share it. And thank you guys so much for coming. And please come back tomorrow for more and learn more so that you can grow, because God wants us to grow. He don't want you to just be in the same level all the time. He wants you to grow. Grow. Not just be in the same level. So thank you guys again, and God bless you guys, and we'll have a wonderful day and night, and see you tomorrow right here on Stop the Spread of Hate in Sierra Leone. Thank you, and God bless. Bye.